Right from the start, you make a splash. Literally, you're born at around 15 feet long and 1.5 tons. And no baby showers needed here. The whole ocean's already soaked. But guess what? You're starving. Lucky for you, mom's got milk. And not your typical skim. It's thick as yogurt and loaded with 50% fat. You gulp down nearly 600 liters a day, enough to double your size in a matter of months. A few weeks in, and you're already trying out this swimming thing, which right now looks like you're flopping around aimlessly. But you learn fast, and soon you're mimicking mom's powerful tail strokes like a pro. Here, sticking close to mom isn't just for comfort, she's your shield. Orcas, the ocean's most charming thugs, would gladly take a bite if you stray. But mom's got a fin slap that says, "Not today, buddy." By now you're bigger, bolder, and let's be real, about as moody as any teenager. Your voice is not exactly fine-tuned. It's all groans, moans, and strange riffs that would make a rock star blush. But hey, that's the whale way. Practice makes perfect. Eventually, though, you start to get it. Each song gets a bit smoother, deeper, until you're cranking out an epic that could last up to 20 minutes. And here's the wild part. Your verses repeat for hours. Yep, hours. You're the ocean's very own one whale concert. But that's not all. Depending on where you call home, your song has its own twist. Swim the North Pacific, and you'll sing in whale Japanese. Head to South Australia, and it's more whale Australian. Regional accents in the truest sense. Your song is part of you, and wherever you go, it's telling the ocean exactly where you're from. Next up, mom's teaching you the fine art of bubble net feeding. It's like blowing bubbles, but these aren't for fun. They're to trap your food. Your blowhole is about to become a fishing net, and here's how it works. You dive below a school of fish or krill, blow a ring of bubbles, and circle them up, making a wall they can't escape. You've basically trapped them in an underwater tornado, and you're the eye of the storm. But here's where things get downright genius. Bubble net feeding is a team effort. You and a few other humpbacks each take a role. Some blow bubbles, others dive, and together you corral the fish into a helpless, dizzy buffet. Fish can't tell which way is up, and that's exactly what you're banking on. Welcome to whale engineering. Now, you're getting older, and it's time to stretch those fins beyond the neighborhood. And you don't do the homebody thing. You've got migration instincts coded right into your DNA. Twice a year, you'll make the ultimate move, thousands of miles from the feeding grounds to the breeding grounds. Look, this isn't just some tourist trip. You're following the ancient paths your kind has taken for generations, led by something no human could ever copy, an internal compass guided by Earth's magnetic forces. Google Maps, please. You've got a natural GPS so sharp it would make any jet setter weep. But just when you're getting into the rhythm, bam! Predators. Out of nowhere, a pack of orcas locks eyes on you. To them, you're the catch of the day, a perfectly bite-sized snack. But here's the thing, we don't panic. No, you fall right into formation with the others, circling up with the calves safely tucked inside. You're now part of a living shield, a wall of blubber and muscle that tells those orcas, come closer, if you dare. Orcas might have the brains, but you've got power. One slap from your massive tail could be enough to make an orca think twice about dinner plans. And if it really comes to it, you'll charge head on, because when you protect your pod, it's all or nothing. That's your way of saying, mess with us, and we'll bring down the house. It's a high-stakes standoff, but orcas aren't stupid. After a few tail slaps and some well-placed charges, they know it's time to find dinner elsewhere. Now you're finally old enough for the real deal, mating season. But it's not as simple as flashing your fins. First, you've got to sing. And not just any song. No, your song has to be original. A one-of-a-kind tune that's unmistakably yours, yet perfectly in tune with the others. You're not just singing to fill the ocean with sound. You're staking out territory, drawing in potential mates, and laying down the ultimate vocal flex. Every note, every rhythm, has to hit just right. And look, if you hear another whale's tune you like, you don't just admire it, you borrow it. You are one of the OG remix artists. taking a catchy riff from another buddy and working it into your own set list. Basically, you're dropping cover songs, humpback style. But singing isn't enough. You've got to back it up with some serious acrobatics, so now comes the breach. Launching your entire bulk out of the water isn't easy, but it's a sight to behold and announces to the world that you mean business. A successful breach is an announcement, and if you don't get noticed, well, that belly flop was just free entertainment for the fish below. But congratulations! Now you're a seasoned adult, a humpback whale with a pod that looks to you for guidance. You're like the wise elder who's seen it all. Migration routes, breeding grounds, you know every trick in the whale book. And don't think it's all glory. Leading a pod is high stakes. Food's scarce. The young ones are clinging to you, and any wrong move means empty bellies all around. Every migration, every decision, it's all on you. Look, seasons change, temperatures shift, and krill start disappearing. But you're not some ordinary fish that gives up. Nope, you dive deeper, swim farther, and make sure your pod gets every last morsel. You've adapted over millions of years to survive the odds. And by adapted, we mean your body has a built-in cooling system for deep dives. Your blood flow adjusts with depth, keeping your organs oxygenated while you hunt for that elusive meal. As your years wind down, that song you once sang for a mate now becomes a guide for the younger whales. Your song tells them where to go, when to sing, and it's passed down in ways scientists can't fully explain. Your legacy isn't just muscle and song, it's a blueprint for survival, a voice that echoes through generations. And as long as the ocean keeps singing back, you're never truly gone. From first breaths to the final song, life as a humpback whale is no small feat. Stick with us to learn more about these marine legends. Subscribe, join the pod, and keep the ocean's voice alive.